Like, if I could wear anything in life, it'd be that hat.
Yeah, it's snazzy, it's easy to wear, it makes a great fashion statement in virtually anything. Honestly, if I could be anything in life, it'd probably be Cool Spawner. You know what I mean?
Are we live? Oh, hey everyone, I'm Bruno Mello and I'm standing here with the one and only, the legendary ateatree. You may know them as a host, as a camera operator, as a chat moderator, and now as a GDQ main event speedrunner. How are you feeling after that run?
Nervous but happy with how it went. Thank you very much, Mello. Yeah, it was crazy, but we made it through.
First question, how was the RNG? Gotta know.
It waxed and waned as much as I could possibly hope for. It went real dangerous early with that first pickup, but we made our way through.
Yeah, tell me about that first pickup, because I know you started to take triple damage, but what were the benefits of it?
Right, so like I mentioned, while we took triple damage immediately, starting from the very first level of the game, the benefit was that every upgrade item that could stack over the entire rest of the run did. We got multiple copies. So we were basically going from a pot of water that wasn't boiling at all to a low rolling boil immediately.
And I know also you got that Fistman movement power up where it's a 2x speed. So is that 6x speed that you were moving when you got there?
It doesn't stack with your own character's movement speed, but you could see the movement increase was so much that when Chris watched me go through that corridor at level 10, he was just like, yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's right. And it's so cool that you had a dev on comms too. Like, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, incredibly supported, if nothing else. Like, I'm super glad he was able to make the time. Very grateful. Not that I cannot say enough good things about that community. They're amazing, the devs, the people in it. So I was very glad that Chris was able to be here with us today.
Yeah, and shout out to the community that came through with that donation during the run. That was very sweet. Now I want to ask you, what would you say is the most tense moment was the most tense moment of that run for you?
It was probably the first couple of levels. Things went more dangerous than I was expecting very, very early. So I was a little just trying to make sure I was holding the controller the right way for the first few levels. But things evened out after that, and we got on a good pace, and everything felt good afterwards.
Yeah, it just seems like so much fun to run too. Like when you're running at home, I'm sure that you probably do randomized seeds a lot. What is like your fastest randomized seed, and has that changed recently?
Yeah, so there'd be a difference, a delta of, 3 or 4 minutes even with those challenge conditions on the old patch versus the new, but I wanted to run the new patch because they added a whole bunch of new power-ups, a bunch of new ways to build, to run through, such that every run feels even more fresh and varied than it did on previous patches. So I wanted to be able to show that off. To answer your question more directly, I would say the fastest run I ever had on the old patch was just over 18 minutes in-game time, so maybe like just under 20 real time, and the fastest on the current patch is just over 20 in-game time. So a difference of about 3 minutes, but I feel like what the game has to show in exchange is more than worth it.
Yeah, and thank you again for that run. Before we go, I want to ask you one more question. As I, mentioned when we started, you do a lot with GDQ, right? And it's kind of been ramping up over the years. So like, what would you say to someone at home that's never volunteered before, whether it's remotely or in person, to get more involved with the event?
Gonna embarrass myself for a bit here. I turned 35 in a couple of weeks. It is never too late to get started. I've been watching this event for more than a decade. I think this is year number 11, maybe 12. Like I mentioned, my partner Rizakun got me in the spirit that I can do this, I can be part of the event a couple of years ago. I started during the online years as a host, as a chat mod, and now we're here. I could not be more grateful to everyone for all the opportunities.
ateatree, thank you so much. I can't wait to see what you continue to do with the event moving forward. Everybody give it up for ateatree and look forward to the next run.
Since 2010, Humble has been raising money for charity through their bundles, storefront, and subscription service. In 2024, they will pass $250 million total raised for charities, including the Prevent Cancer Foundation and thousands more. Their AGDQ 2024 Games Bundle runs through January 25th with Celeste, Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, and 6 more great titles for just $10 to start your speed running journey. Head on over to humblebundle.com. Thanks again for that great interview, Mello. Thanks again for ateatree running 30XX. We are setting up for Mega Man 3. But folks, after these messages, we'll be right back. Just kidding, I'm still here. I want to talk to you, my friends here on Twitch and who are here in Pittsburgh, once again about that Twitter poll I was telling you about earlier. We can find that over at Games Done Quick on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it these days. And we're voting for the next Robot Master. You have 8 minutes. If you haven't voted, pull out your mobile devices. Currently winning is Off-Brand Soda Man. That is correct. But if you like Goose Man, Egg Man, or Worm Man sounds really gross and I don't care for it. But if you're into voting for any of those mans, head on over to @GamesDoneQuick. I want to give a shout out to our friends who are putting together the soundtrack for our event. If you are liking the music here in Pittsburgh or at home, go ahead and can you give a round of applause for the music today? Some great OC remix stuff. We got Triforce Quartet. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Just to let y'all know, we've got 2 more Mega Man games coming up. Mega Man 3 Buster Only coming up in just a moment. Thank y'all so much for donating for Buster Only. It's the only way to play Mega Man 3. And Mega Man 8 coming up right afterward. Both any percent runs of, again, 2 of the best Mega Man games. So please stay tuned. Hello again, friends. Thank you for tuning in to Awesome Games Done Quick 2024. We're here right in the middle of a bustin' block, and we are set up and ready for the only way to play Mega Man 3. The way I played as a kid, because again, I did not know how to switch weapons. It is Mega Man 3, any percent Buster Only with KLM.